Hi there, welcome to my review of the Evercade VS. So after 2 weeks of using this console, I've now come to the conclusion that I can now talk about my opinions on the console, things I like, things I don't, things that can be improved going forward. So this is the consoleized version of the Evercade handheld released in 2020. This was released in 2021 and announced in 2021, early 2021, and the retail version that you'll see in stores is the white and red. This is the Founders Edition. Which was a limited run through Funstock, but they're both identically the same. And the reason why I went for the black version is actually I prefer the color black, and I actually think it has a very much a premium look. Also, what's fantastic is when you turn this console on and it's actually fully powered on, this bar here will go completely red, and it gives over that kind of like Cylon look from Battlestar Galactica, which I absolutely love. At the front of the console, you have 4 USB ports. So unlike other mini consoles, because this is technically a mini console, they have normally just 2 USB ports or 2 ports. This has 4 USB ports to allow up to 4 players to play at once. Another console that did something that's very similar was the PC Engine Mini, but that would have required you to actually buy an adapter, which allowed you to play up to 4 players for the games like Bomberman. This is just built in straight away, 4 USB ports there, and one of the great features is about this console is that all the cartridges that you've been collecting for the handheld you can use on this console. But it's not just one cartridge. When you lift up this lid, you can actually insert 2 cartridges. So here I have 2 cartridges. I have the Technos Arcade 1 and the Technos Collection 1. So the collections are the consoleized version of games, and the Technos Arcade, well, it tells you in the title, these are the arcade versions. And the differences are basically when you collect now the collections, they'll be in red, with they'll have a red look to them, which is essentially this. And when you buy an arcade version of the cartridges, they'll be in purple. So back to the console. One of the things I really like is I love the is it the flap or the door we call it? I don't know, depending on what people call it. So this has been really well designed. It doesn't look like it's going to break. It's very sturdy, it is, and I think that's probably one of the things they really worked on, is to get this feeling very premium. And it does. It feels very premium. It does. It doesn't feel like it's going to break anytime soon. It does. It's really nice. So I like that, and I like that you can put 2 cartridges in these slots. So what happens is when you turn on the console, just say you have no cartridges, and I put 1 cartridge in. Say that this has got 6 games in it. It will show the first 6 games it does. If I put this one on, it will show 16 games. It's now reading from both cartridges, and then I can select through, I can sort it through basically showing just cartridge 1, cartridge 2, the titles, and so on. So yeah, it basically adds up, and if you put certain cartridges into the console, it will unlock like a game, and there's actually some games that people have actually discovered already, but that's for another video, or where is it for you to see the other videos online which go into detail about the secrets of this console. So we have a big vent up here, because I'm going to guarantee that that this will probably produce a little bit of heat. This will do. Power button here, which you have to hold down for about 1 or 2 seconds for it to actually turn on. I personally thought it was just do that and it turns on, but no, you actually have to hold it for a few seconds and it turns on. It does. I think Blaze could have put like a label here to say hold it for 2 seconds to power on, just so people don't get confused that their system is basically defected, you know what I mean? But it actually isn't. It's you actually have to hold it for a few seconds for it to turn on. So let's go around back, and around back we have when it actually goes focus. Yeah. So around back we have a reset button that is which I guarantee that I think that's to do with basically if there's a problem with your console, you can reset it that way. You can. We have an HDMI, which is very unique for a mini console like this, because while it's HDMI like the other mini consoles do, you know what I mean, modern mini consoles have, this actually outputs at 1080p, which is great. And we have DC in, which is a micro USB, which I would have preferred it being USB-C. Micro USB tends to, after a while, if you basically put it in and out quite a lot, starts to wear out, and it loses its strength. It does of the port. So, and I find that USB-C's got is much more reliable in that sense. Let's move on to what else was also bundled in, and that is the controller. So we put this over a second, and let's talk about the controller. And this is the controller here. This is the Evercade VS controller that comes bundled in. Depending on the bundle you get, you can either get one controller or you get two controllers with it bundled in. I got the Founders Edition, which came with two controllers. So I like the D-pad. The D-pad's really nice. I like the buttons. They feel really nice to do. So they feel really nice to do. And yeah, D-pad feels very similar to the one that you got with the handheld, but I think it's a little bit more raised than the handheld is. The start, select, and the options button here, or should we just call it the Evercade button here, where it feels really nice. One of the things I'm not particularly fond of is the L1, R1, the triggers here, the trigger buttons here. I'm not fond of them. I don't really like them. They feel, I don't know. Yeah, not particularly. I don't really like it. I don't. Yeah, I just think it feels a bit cheap in a little bit way. Those ones do. Everything else feels fine, but these just don't. I'm not particularly fond with. But the great thing is that you can plug in additional controllers, such as like the Astro City Mini controller, the Sega Saturn retro bit controller to this console, and it recognises it. I'll put a link in the description below, which is the evercade.info website, which goes into detail about all the controllers that are compatible with this unit. So I'll probably be not using this controller that often. It's one of the things that I'm not particularly fond of. It does the job. I mean, I think this would probably be great to give to, like, say, like player 2 or player 3 or something like that. But as a main controller, yeah, like these triggers here, I don't particularly like. I wish they weren't as noisy, and the prominent click just really bugs me a little bit. But that's just personal preference. So now I'm going to show you a nice little small feature that the Blaze Entertainment did, which I really like, and I'm also going to show you it being powered on. When everything's successfully passed, you've got power going in, the right power going in, you've got the HDMI plugged in, you do, to your TV, the VS will power on. It will basically do the different colours to show that it's booting up, and then it will basically go red to say that it's now successfully it's successfully powered on. But what if I have no HDMI cable plugged in? So let's turn it on. I really like this. So I'm going to turn it on. So white, and now it's going to go through the colours, as you can see. Really like those colours, I do. And what it's going to do is it's going to flash like a yellowy orange colour, like where is it? So, the reason why I like this because it really brings back a lot of memories from back in the day when we had the original Xbox. So the original Xbox had the same similar feature, which basically, if you had no AV out, it would flash orange. It would until it actually detected that there's actually it actually detecting on the TV. So I like that I do, and yeah, it's a nice little feature that's been added to it. And I think it's just a small little touch that I like, and yeah. So another great feature about the Evercade VS is it has Wi-Fi capabilities. Currently at this moment, the Wi-Fi capabilities its purpose is the ability to update the firmware on this system, and there has been talk about adding more features like where is it possibly the ability to have online leaderboards and challenges and so on. But at this time, it has the ability to update the firmware on the system. So if there is a problem with, say, like a cartridge, say like it has a bug, or if the firmware on the system has a certain issue, then Blaze can push out a firmware to fix those issues. It can do so. It's in a way, it's very similar to modern consoles, which if there is a problem or if there's a feature that Blaze wants to add, then they can do that with the Wi-Fi capabilities. And it'd be great to see more features added as it goes along. Especially add features. Because I think like, for example, the accessibility features at the moment, there is quite limited, and I think there should be more. Such for example, text to speech. Because I personally think that would come in handy for people that have visual impairment. Bolder text, and and text size, so you can actually increase the text size you can. So yeah, those kind of things I would like to see added to the accessibility features. So who is the target audience for the Evercade VS? So in my opinion, the Evercade VS is targeted at people that have the Evercade handheld, but would prefer to have a consoleized version of that experience. Someone who collects all things Evercade, then this is a great thing, a great product to add to your collection. If you're someone who collects retro mini consoles or loves collecting retro games and wants to experience some of those games on the big screen, or some games that you've never heard of before on the big screen, then such as like the 8, the 16, the 32-bit in an arcade, then this is a great product to get. See, one of the great things I love about the Evercade VS is that Blaze could have released a consoleized version of the handheld. It could have been the exactly same thing. It could have been output at 720p. It could have had one cartridge slot. It could have no Wi-Fi experience or anything like that. They could have just basically put that board and put it into this. They could have, but no. What they've done is they have really taken the time and added more features to this. Added features that really matter and really, in my opinion, sell the product really well. It does. Like, you've got the 4 USB ports, 2 cartridge slots, so it adds up to the so you can add more games on the screen to select from. 1080 out, fantastic, because the handheld only does 720 out. It does, and most mini consoles don't do 720 out, but this does 1080. It does. Yeah, Blaze should be really proud of what they've created here, because during the midst of a global pandemic, it's been really difficult for companies, especially smaller companies like Blaze, that want to create these products for their fans and for new for new customers that are getting into retro games and wanting to experience those on something like a product like this or the handheld. So they should be really proud, Blaze, for creating this. I'm really excited to see what they do going forward with the product. So that concludes my review of the Evercade VS. I think it's a fantastic product. Evercade should be really proud of what they've created. And yeah, I've really enjoyed playing this, and I will continue playing the Evercade VS going forward more than the handheld, because I prefer a consoleized experience and playing my games on the big screen. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Let me know what your favourite Evercade cartridge is and whether you'll be picking up or already own either the handheld or the VS. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and I hope to do more reviews and unboxings very soon. Bye for now.